I'm just going to make these two cards that are yellow stroke orange themed, mine are more yellow, for the Joyous Sets monthly challenge for November. I'm a little bit late with my entries for November because it's almost the end, but I've got them done in time and submitted. I love the Joyous Sets. If you've not heard of it, it's a Facebook group, and what it is, it's based on stamp sets. So you upload the sole purpose of it is to share ideas and inspire. And so there's albums set up which are Stampin' Up stamp sets. Some are retired, some are current. I think there's some that are really old, and some that are very new. And what they do is they have an album set up that's called that stamp set, with an example, like a screenshot of the stamp set. And then you just put, if you make a card or a 3D project that uses that stamp set in any way, even if it's just one sentiment or something, you upload it into that album. So that the idea is that then people who are looking for inspiration around a stamp set, so for instance, I loved this stamp set and bought it, and then I thought, what am I going to do with it? I didn't really think about what I was going to do with it. But if I go on the Joyous Sets and I look in the albums under Cookie Cutter Christmas, there'll be lots of ideas on there of how to use this that'll give me inspiration. And if it's not on there, I'm saying that, it might not be on there. If it's not on there, there's a list, there's a files list, and you can add suggestions for stamp sets to that list. If an album's made and nobody bothers to upload to it, there might be a little reminder that it's there, but if nobody seems to be interested, then it's usually deleted, just to save clogging up. And then, so there's that aspect of the Joyous Sets, which is the main purpose of it. And I absolutely, like I said, I absolutely love it because it's great. Some of the albums are chock-a-block with ideas, and it's a global membership. So yeah, you can't fail to be inspired, really. And there's nothing worse than having a stamp set and thinking, what can I do with it? Not really having any ideas of where to start with it. Secondly, they have a monthly challenge, which is usually a colour theme challenge because they're based on the birthstone for that month. I'm not quite sure what it is for this month, but I know that the colour theme is sort of a yellowy orange, so I don't know if it's topaz, I don't know. Anyway, and then somebody is chosen. There's a design team that make some examples to get people inspired, and then, is there a design? I don't think there is a design team. No, there isn't a design team. Everybody who wants to enter just uploads into the album for that month's challenge, and then you can go back and you can see all the other month's challenges. So if you find you've got loads of red cardstock or red DSP, loads of red ribbon or whatever hanging around, go and look at like the Ruby month, and there'll be lots of red inspired things in there. In August there's lots of green. Now also on the Joyous Sets there's a non-Stampin' Up album as well. So if you've got some sets you love that are not Stampin' Up, you can pop your non-Stampin' Up creations in there as well. Anyway, I have been unwell for some time. I've had no mojo at all. I'd lost my crojo, as we call it, crafting mojo, altogether. I remembered that I hadn't entered the Joyous Sets monthly challenge this month, so I thought, let me try and stick a couple of cards together for that. Maybe that will get me back into the swing of things. Maybe it will help me find a little bit of enthusiasm again for crafting, because it happens to all of us. You know, we have things that sidetrack us, and then it can be hard to get back into things. And I'm a real advocate of when people have lost their crafting mojo, of just getting in your craft space, whether it's a room or a desk or whatever, getting your stuff out and just starting to make something and see where you go. And so that's what I did with these cards. I just thought, right, I'm going to make a card or two. I think I started off wanting to make one card. You'll see anyway, because the video is like this. I'm doing this retrospectively. I've already made these cards in the video you're about to see. And I think I started off and I made this one, and then I thought, oh, I'll make another one. So once I got started, I decided to make another one. So it's very much a video about, I'm not sure what I'm quite doing until I get started, and then I kind of make it up as I go along. And by the end of it, my mojo was back. I was creating and back to my old self. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of a talk on a way to get your mojo back again. And especially this time of year when you might be feeling like you're crafting because you have to rather than because you want to, because you might be crafting for fairs, you might be crafting for gifts, you might be crafting because it's your business and it's a really busy time of year. You might be crafting you know, to prepare stuff for stands and stalls, or your shop if you have a shop. And you might feel like you've just got all this crafting to do that you have to do rather than you want to do. And sometimes that can be a little bit off, it can make you a little less enthusiastic. So if you just sit and do something that you want to do, you might find that your crafting mojo comes back, and it gives you a little break from those have to do's and the pressure of that, I must do this, I must do that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and I hope you enjoy the projects that I made. This is a DSP that I've had around for a while, and I've never touched it. I've never even looked at it, let alone touched it. And it's so pretty. It's nice for a little dog lover. And I just love the way the ribbon kind of picked out the colour in that and just contrast. I would never have used red and yellow together. Yellow and green I would use together because they're very sort of natural tones. So that was more sort of a normal choice for me. But this pop of red, I really like it as well. So yeah, enjoy. Yep, so for this one, all I did was I took, it was quite nice actually to be working with yellows instead of reds and greens and blacks. A 6x8 piece cardstock, scored it at 4 and burnished it. I'm going to change my blades again. I need to order some more. And then I got just a Whisper White mat, which measures just 1/8 of an inch short of 6x4. I'm so sorry about this cough. So anyway, that's going to go on the top there. And then I got a piece of Colour Theory, which is just going to go there. And that's, again, 1/8 of an inch smaller. And then I use this poodle paper from, I think it's, oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a birthday. And then I just used a square of Whisper White, and then I used a stitch shape framelit, and I used variated sort of paper. And then I got a strip of cherry cobbler, which I think matched the red on the bow, just for a bit of contrast. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto here using cherry cobbler as well. I'm going to use the We're Cut Out to Be Friends from the Crafting Forever kit. Stamp that in the middle there. We are cut out to be friends. I don't think I'm going to stamp anything else on that. I think that'll do. And then I'm going to just get, I just wanted to make a nice simple card. straightforward and simple, that, isn't it? But it's nice for somebody who likes a little doggy, and I do think the red really contrasts nicely with that. I'm going to make another one now. I'm going to just do another spare of the minute card because I fancy doing that. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. I quite like that. I like both of them. I could do a little bow, couldn't I? Getting carried away. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.